Good to be with you today. For an announcement, just want to remind you that this Sunday at the UCC Church is the Festival of Trees. There's soup and pie and an afternoon of singing. Our particular choir, the United Methodist Church Choir, sings about 6 o'clock, right? So you're invited to be a part of that and include that in your busy schedule. And here we continue to be in our series about words for the beginning, the words that we need to hear all the time. Last week, the word was that God goes with us through it all, that we are beloved just the way that we are. This week, we're in the book of Ruth, right? And I understand your confusion now. Where do we get a Christmas story out of the Old Testament? Well, if you remember the book of Ruth, we have Naomi. Naomi is married and has 2 boys. They're living in Bethlehem. There's a famine in Bethlehem, so Naomi and her family moved to Moab. While they are in Moab, her 2 sons marry. And so now Naomi has 2 daughters-in-laws. Well, what happens in life is death. Naomi's husband died, her 2 sons died. So now we have Naomi and Ruth and Orpah insecure. And there's a famine that comes to Moab. So Naomi hears that Bethlehem now has food, and so she's going to move back to Bethlehem, and her 2 daughter-in-laws go with her. But she tries to send them back. Go back to your own families. Go back to your own tribe. But Ruth refuses to go. Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Where you eat, I will eat. Where you die, I will die. And so Ruth ends up going back to Bethlehem with her mother-in-law, Naomi. So what is this about? Well, the words from the beginning that we need to hear is we are not meant to travel this journey alone. Ruth doesn't go with Naomi so much out of a commitment to a faith or a commitment to Naomi, but a commitment to her faith that tells her, right? You don't leave anybody alone. We all need somebody, right? Because without other people in our lives, this world can be really awful. The Surgeon General tells us that we're in a loneliness epidemic, that 1 in 2 Americans say that they feel disconnected from society, from community, from neighbors. We need one another. We were made for one another. But our culture tells us, right? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Have a stiff upper lip. You don't need anybody. I do it myself. That's not what we're made for. We're made to do this journey of life together. We're made to be a Ruth, to be a companion. But it's what brings us back to Christmas here. Ruth ends up being the grandmother to King David, right? This outsider, this foreigner, in fact, an enemy to the Israelites, becomes an ancestor to Jesus. Brings our story full circle. So the question for this meditation is, who do you need to reach out to? Who do you need to be a companion to? But I would also say this. Who needs to be a companion to you? Who do you need to hear from? And why are you just waiting for that to happen? Be in peace. We'll see you soon.